Hi everyone, this is Iris from ilee Tarot. Welcome to another pick-up pile reading. Today we are going to see what it is that you have to know for your 2022. Okay, before we go into picking the piles, let me explain to you what I wanted this reading to do for you. Okay, so I'm just hoping that whatever messages that may come up for you, it is something that is I would say is the most important thing for you to know. But for me, this reading should be something that is long-term, meaning to say it's not going to happen like for 1 or 2 moments or 1 or 2 weeks or months throughout the whole year. It is something that you have to keep reminding yourself. So I'm actually hoping that there's some sort of a mantra or some sort of a reminder for you that will help you throughout the whole year. Okay, I'm not sure if it's going to be specific or if this is just going to be more general. Actually, I'm hoping it's something that can help you from within, something like perhaps to help you to persevere or to help you, see the what's the word? The brighter side of things. I just hope that it's something that is more whole year kind of mantra and advice and guidance for you. Okay, and I've pulled 10 tarot cards for every pile, but I will also be pulling some oracle cards for you. I have not pulled them yet because I have to see what the messages will be about first, and then only I will have to choose which oracle card will be more suitable for your message. Okay, all right, so now let's go into picking the piles. I have prepared 3 piles for you today. So this is pile number 1. Okay, this is pile number 1 with the yellow jade here. For pile number 2, we have this black tourmaline. Okay, and for pile number 3, this is a selenite wand. Okay, so you can pause this video if you need more time to choose. Whenever you're ready, I will see you at the timestamps. Timestamps are in the description box below. Hello, pile number 1. Okay, so let's put yellow jade here. Alright, so 10 cards first. We have 7 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands, 6 of Swords, 8 of Wands, 7 of Wands. Okay, I just need to make sure that you can see the cards. Page of Wands, a lot of Wands here. 6 of Wands, 3 of Cups, King of Swords, 4 of Swords. Okay, we have 7 of Swords and King of Pentacles. So this coming year 2022, definitely here we can see this is about you wanting to build yourself from the Page of Wands to the King of Pentacles, number 1. And there's a lot of drive, a lot of motivation, a lot of enthusiasm. Okay, not a lot of Pentacles, which is okay, because here we see you being the King of Pentacles either throughout the whole year, or it's going to be by the end of the year you're going to achieve something that's going to be fulfilling for you. When it comes to your career, your finances, your money, we can generalize it to be like you have a more stable life. All right, now what I can see here, first thing I see is 7 of Pentacles, 7 of Swords, Page of Wands. So you are quietly planning something, and it's been in the works for quite some time. I feel maybe this is not about, maybe this year, this coming 2022, it's more about you finally finishing something or wrapping something up, or more about, this is about there's some plan, some project that has been stuck for quite some time. You've been doing it behind the scenes, because 7 of Swords here to me, it's, usually it has a very notorious, what happened to my voice? It has a notorious meaning to it. But otherwise, it is something that, hang on, wait, hang on. Sorry, I had to stop the camera because my kids are, I don't know what they're doing, and I have to remind them that I'm making a video. Okay, so where was I? Alright, so 7 of Swords, it has a notorious meaning. It often has a notorious meaning, but otherwise it means that very likely someone is working on something. Of course, in this case, it's you, right? You're working on something, and very likely not a lot of people know what you're doing. So very likely you have a lot of plans that you kept them in view, and keep in view, and you sort of like, perhaps you have a lot of ideas, but somehow that idea has not come to fruition because you don't really do anything about it. So the change here is that, because I see like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wands card. Actually, it's very prominent. It's very, you can even see swords is only like 6 of swords, 4 of swords, and these 2 cards have a very dim kind of energy as compared to 4 of wands, 6 of wands, 8 of wands, 7 of wands. These 3 cards are very good. 7 of wands is more about you fighting for what is right for you, so it's still an okay card. But I would also say that be careful not to overwork yourself, okay? Always pay attention to how your body feels. If you're tired, then rest, okay? Not a lot of major arcana, so this is more about the actions that you will take. This reading will be more towards about the actions and the inactions that is going to show you the end of what that is going to, what's the word? Wait, let me rephrase that. Your reading shows me it's not about inner work. It's more about what it is that you can do for yourself this year. It's more about the actions that you take, okay? So you have 3 of Cups, which is good, which means to say, but I don't think this is about your friends being the people that will help you. I feel it's more about you enjoying yourselves with your friends. Your friends will be the one who will give you emotional support. Okay, 3 of Cups, yes, for some people it can mean community, for some people it can mean friends. Rarely is a family, especially when you don't have other family cards here. So in short, we will generalize it for the sake of this reading. I will generalize it as to hanging out with people that you really care and you love, okay? So can be friends, can be family, can be anyone that means a lot to you. Meaning to say that don't this reading is just it's kind of like a reminder. When you are tired, make sure to rest, okay? But keep on fighting for what it is that you want. And when you need to wind down, don't be alone. Spend some time with your friends, okay? You have 4 of Wands with the 6 of Wands here, which does tell. Oh yeah, I was mistaken when I said that there's no family card. This 4 of Wands can be a family card, but I don't feel any connection to it. If anything, I only feel this connection with this and this, which to me, to be honest, I mean, yes, of course, I know this is a general reading. Of course, with every kind of work and projects that you do, there will always be burdens. There will always be some heavy responsibilities that you have to carry, which is a very common thing. If you want success, you must be willing to take risks, right? But for you, to me, this reading is not about, there's no, I mean, there is a planning card, but it's more about what are you going to do, what actions you will take, how strong your willpower is, how disciplined you are, how determined you are, okay? 8 of Wands and King of Swords. Along the way, you will have a lot of things to do. Like right now, I would say that right now you don't really do a lot of things, right? You don't really put a lot of actions. For you, everything is behind the scenes. So maybe you are the kind like maybe you're a graphic designer where you work behind the scenes where people don't really see you. And as you go into 2022, you will have more things that you want to do. I wouldn't say that it's like you will take up any business. I feel this is more about you having more projects and more tasks to do. Okay, and you being the King of Swords here around all these cards is, it just shows me that you're going to work very diligently. All right, and don't forget to it's kind of like you will acknowledge that you are tired. You will somehow push through the mental stress, but you can use your friends or the people that you care about as a way to wind down, as a way to release all those stress and to let go of all, you know, whatever kind of nonsense that sometimes you will face nonsense from clients, from your colleagues, from your boss, from whoever it is. It can be whoever, right? So this is actually very important for you, because your friends will give you that emotional support, even if they don't really give you the greatest advice. Just hanging out with them, hanging out with the right person, you know, just don't think of work, don't think of your stress, just let everything go. Okay, it will help you in the long run. Okay, if you're more of a person who doesn't have a lot of friends, it's okay to it's okay if you don't want to have friends. But what I'm seeing here is that a community of some friendship, some people are going to be important to help you persevere, maintain this enthusiasm that you will carry throughout the whole year. Okay, I'm very sorry, I don't know if you can hear, there's like some sort of thumping there. I don't know what, I think there's something to do with some renovation somewhere. I don't know where it is. Okay. I know the lighting has shifted because I think there's a cloud came and blocked the sun. I'm so sorry about that. Okay. I think I'm gonna just straight away pull you some oracle cards. This reading is actually very generic. If anything, what you should take away from this reading is that this year, try not to try. I feel you will automatically push yourself to do more things than to just keep on planning and keep your ideas to yourself. Okay? And you will succeed. And you know, just remember your friends are going to be there for you. They're going to help you. Okay, take care of your mental state, take care of your health. Okay, you are a great planner. You can plan a lot of things. All right, just don't be in the background. So come out and do it. Okay, I'm not saying that I don't think you're afraid of anything. I think it's more about you coming out from the backstage. Okay, all right, so universe, what message from this deck do you have for pile number 1? So I'm pulling one Sacred Creators Oracle, or 2 cards. Okay, I hear 2 cards for you from the Sacred Creators Oracle. Okay, and I'm going to pull you 1 card from the Wild Offering. These are definitely some of my favorite cards. Okay, so just one message from this deck. Okay, and I want to pull this one for you. Whoops, Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Also another of my favorites. So just one message from this deck, please. Hang on, let me turn on some light for you. I hope this works. Ah! Because I don't want to stop this video. I don't want to stop the camera just to fix the lighting. It's so tiring sometimes. I'm so sorry. Alright. Okay. So we have ambush fear with your ferocious dream. Okay, so like what I've said, so don't hide behind the stage, backstage. Come out and like I said, to be honest, I don't see any fears. It's not about your fear, but it's more about you. You know, it's like I'm asking you to come out from your cave. It's time to come out and show what you can give and what you can offer to other people. Okay? Limitations inspire innovations. Okay, so very likely this one, what I felt is that you have, sun is coming out again. Limitations inspire innovations. I feel that you have some idea, right? You have an idea. You have an idea that can innovate, that is that people need. You have this idea, like for example, when COVID happened, what happened was video calls and video conference was bustling. It came because everyone had the need for it, and Zoom, and what I read was like the company Zoom earned a lot from just because of their app, how they are able to connect people from all over the world, you know, to have press conference and all that. So sometimes, what's the word? Necessity is the mother of inventions. Right. That's the idiom. That's the word, right? Okay. So I feel that you have an idea here. You have something. I feel this is more like you have it within yourself. This is the only thing, the only card that I feel that right now you have an idea. Okay, so now it's time to bring it out in 2022 and make it work. Okay, all right. Intention is simply allowing the will and the mind to align and move in harmony. May I always focus on the highest. My intention is that all God's wishes for me come true. Okay, so intention. So this one is more like before you do anything, before you want to put in the work. Okay, let's say for example, if we were to connect to this limitations card. Let's say you have this idea, but you're unsure if you want this idea to improve mankind, to improve humankind, to improve technology or communication, or is it more towards about you earning money? When you have the right, so intention is important in the sense that when you have the right intentions along the way, you will never doubt yourself. Okay, so I'll give you an example, and I gave this example like I think early this year, because I wanted to buy this Nintendo Switch for my daughter for her birthday, and it cost a lot for me because I'm the only parent and I have to spend about 1,006 ringgit Malaysia, which is about I'm sure you know the price of Nintendo Switch, but it's a lot for me. 1,006 it's equivalent to me having to spend all the groceries in for 1 month, right? So I was having trouble whether or not I should buy that Nintendo Switch for my daughter, and it took me quite some time until I believe it was this card that came out for me, that I pulled a card for myself, right? So this card came out for me, and then I asked myself, so what was the intention that I buy this Nintendo Switch? Is it because I want this? Is it because I want my daughter to stop nagging me, to stop bugging me for one? Or is it because I love my daughter or things like that? So in the end, I decided that it's because I love my daughter and I want her to enjoy things that enjoy something that comes from me. Okay, maybe for some of you, you're thinking I'm spoiling my daughter, and to be honest, I don't care. Because end of the day, it's about my intention. It's about what I want for my daughter, what I want for myself, so that along the way, I don't regret buying that thing for my daughter. Okay, So what happened was I did buy it. I did spend a lot, and my daughter played like the Pokemon game for about a month, and then she stopped. She didn't even bother. She didn't even like play it so much. But it didn't bother me because I've already told myself and to be fair, I didn't really buy a lot of gifts for her before. So my intention in buying that thing for my daughter is because I want her to have a good childhood. I want her to enjoy something that came from me. So even though my daughter did not play it often, it was kind of like just put it on the side as a decoration and all that, but I didn't feel any regret. Until today, I don't feel any regret over it. In fact, I'm proud of myself to be able to buy that Nintendo Switch for her. Okay, so that's just one example. I really hope you understand what I'm trying to tell you. And I really hope that you can apply it to your situation, especially if you have this idea that is going to very likely gonna go well for you. Okay, so you have to take some time to think. You can prioritize if you want to, okay, but perhaps you can ask yourself, which intention is going to make me regret the least, I guess, or better yet, have no regrets over it, right? Okay, next one, let's move on. Observer. So very likely you still have to observe something, right? It's like, to me, I really feel you have something. Like I said, it's like you're planning something for quite some time. It has been years, maybe. I just feel you have something. You're planning something. I know you're planning something. Okay, and this year very likely you will take it out and you will present it to people. Okay, but there's also a need for you to still observe, perhaps observe the market, to do surveys, to technically it's more of, it's time for you to do something. It's time for you to, I would say, to do some research over your idea. You know, what I'm feeling here is that you have something good. Okay, now it really depends on how you're going to make the next step. Okay, so because you have the King of Pentacles here, there's a very it's going to be a smooth, I would explain it as it's going to be very smooth for you in terms of if you want to take it to the next level, which is perhaps R&D, or more towards more towards surveying your market and surveying if people need it, and if they do, how else can you improve your idea? And I say idea, I know Ace of Pentacles is not here, so very likely you already have this idea. It's already within you. You probably even have done maybe 20-30% of the way. It's just that you haven't fully flourished yet. You haven't fully gone out yet. Okay? If that's the case, to be honest, I don't see it in 2022. I feel this is more towards like the R&D step. And I know Page of Wands is not here. I know research, any card that is related to research is not here. But this reading is more about you having to do something. Okay? Okay, pile number one, this is all I have for you. So I really hope this reading resonates with you. I really hope it makes sense to you. And I really hope you get something out of this reading. Thank you so much for your time. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you next video. Bye. Hello, pile number two. Okay, let's put this black tourmaline here. Okay, so let's start with the tarot cards. Ace of Swords, Ace of Rods, Hangman, Two of Wands, King of Cups. Hang on, I'm trying to make sure they're all in the screen. Hang on. Alright. Eight of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Tower, Four of Swords, Five of Cups, Two of Swords, Fool, and Five of Wands. Okay, Five of Rods. This year, you will start off very okay at first, okay? Yeah, and you're just like la-di-da, everything's okay. And then along the way, okay, and I'm not sure if it's gonna be like the early years or later years or however, but there's gonna be a change between you and someone, or it is the way that you communicate, that you interact with other people. Okay, something, whenever Tower comes up, it means that there's something that is already wrong, that already has a false foundation, that already needs to break out. Okay, it definitely has something to do between you and someone else. Okay, Justice here, I mean, if we were to see Justice, Two Cups, and Queen of Swords, for some of you this may be some sort of something related to legality, to legal, what's the word, anything related to legalities. So maybe, I'm not sure if some of you are going through a divorce or not, but I don't think it's a divorce. To me, it really looks more like a communication breakdown, okay, which can also relate to Queen of Swords here. Okay, whatever this thing is, okay, it has to do some, it has to be related to your communication. It may be perhaps something that you need to improve on. Let's say, for example, you need to learn to express yourself with what's the word, conviction. Have to be more firm with your answer, to be more firm with where you stand. Okay, and Justice here, it does require very mature discussion. Okay, now this is a very, very general reading, but what I can get for you from these 5 cards here, Hangman, Tower, Justice, Two of Cups, and Queen of Swords, it is related to the way you communicate with other people. Either that, or it could be with someone very important to you. Okay, but I'm willing to say it's definitely due to your communication. Okay, so pay attention to how you talk, or you know, if you have problems expressing yourself, you have problems communicating with other people. Okay, it's something that you have to pay attention to. Okay, let me try to see what this Tower is about, because Tower can mean anything. It just means that, you know, something that's supposed to burst is gonna burst. Judgment. So yeah, very likely, of course, you know, Tower and all this argument, it has to come with people who don't agree with one another, isn't it? So, and actually when I pull this Queen of Swords, this is actually the advice for you, which does indicate, it does hint that you need to just, maybe for some of you, to be as blunt as possible. Okay, when Tower hits, it's usually a very strong burst of energy. The Hangman here does mention that sometimes these things are out of our control. Some of you would just let it be, just let it ride, and that's why you'll be like, okay, fine, I just focus on my work, I don't want to think of anything. But somehow you are required to say your mind, to speak your mind. Okay, so let me see if anything changes here, because later I'll explain to you how this reading will work. Eight of Wands, Eight of Cups, Page of Cups. Okay, it's like this. So it's like this. Let me explain how this reading is going to work for you. Okay, so this is what's going to happen if you choose to let things be. Okay, so we know that there's a Tower that's going to happen for you. Okay, and usually, sometimes these things, they're out of our control. If it's meant to come out, it will come out either way. So now it's all about how are you going to handle the aftermath of this tower. Okay, so for most of you, you'll just let things be. You'll be just like the hangman. You just, okay, this is out of my control. I'm just gonna let things be, and I'm just gonna la-di-da. I'm just going to just, you know, focus on what it is that I can focus, which is my own, how I feel, my emotions, and I just focus in on my work and improving myself, because, you know, it's kind of like there's nothing else I can do. Two of Wands, Four of Swords, Five of Cups, Two of Swords. To me, all these cards are very in action. They're very like, okay, fine, I'm just gonna let things be. I don't care, nothing to do with me. I'll just work on myself. Even though deep down, it really troubled you. It really troubles you. Okay? Now, if you choose to let things be and just, okay, fine, it's not my problem, okay? But because we know that tower is derived from judgment, meaning to say there's some sort of, I want to say, argument or some sort of judgment, or like what's the word? Let's just put it argument, right? Okay. So an argument will arise, which requires you and the other person to be level-headed. So it's more likely for you, right? It requires you to be able to stand on a neutral side. Okay, you don't have to side with anyone, but try to see things from a very neutral stand. Okay, and this is someone very is going to be related to you. It's like Two of Cups can be interaction between you and your loved one, with your friends, with a close friend, best friend, or it can be between you and a client. Okay, I have had this card for me and a client. It's because, why is Two of Cups? Is because there's this sort of connection that somehow we can click, and then we can share ideas. Okay, so your advice here is the Queen of Swords, meaning to say that perhaps you do have something to say. It just depends on whether or not you will say it or you will not say it. Okay, and once you do voice out your opinion, okay, the difference is that even eventually you let go. The only difference is that is the Eight of Wands here, which I will pull more cards to see what this is about. Eventually everything will be let go and everything will be back to normal again. All right, so tell me more about the tell me more about the Eight of Wands. The Sun, Ten of Pentacles. So in other words, if you were to voice out, to speak up what it is that should be spoken, you will have a better outcome. That is the only difference. Eventually you will still be able to let things go, let things be. Everything will go back to normal. And this is the only thing, the only change. Okay, it's kind of like, okay, so for some of you, okay, you have Group A, Group B. Both of you will go through the same route, the same energy. Okay, once this tower happens, Group A probably will stick to a hangman, just let things be, they don't say anything. But Group B will be the people who will speak up, who will choose to speak up and voice out. Okay, and then they will go through this energy of the Sun and Ten of Pentacles, and then things will go back to normal. So it's kind of like, you know, Group A, Group B, same route. Group A decides not to say anything, so they just go along with the energy. And Group B decides to say something, so they will like go to another route a bit, but eventually they will come back to this state. You understand? I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. I know what I'm saying. I know what I'm saying. I just don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. And sometimes I just find myself funny, and the way I think, the way the feeling is in my head, and the way I explain things, sometimes I just find myself, it's like, I'm just so weird. Okay, but this is what's happening in this reading, and I really hope I didn't confuse you too much. Okay, it's just a matter of whether you learn to speak up or not. That's it. Okay, of course here is saying that if you speak up, then you have a better outcome, and otherwise it's still the same thing anyway. So you choose, you make your own decision. You choose when this tower happens, you decide for yourself whether or not you want to speak up or you want to keep quiet. Okay? If you want to keep quiet, don't worry, no judgments from me. Okay? Alright, so now let's pull some cards for you. So like I said, there's something to do with the way you speak, your communication skills. Okay? Because in the beginning of the video, I'm not sure if you've watched my briefing, I did mention that I'm hoping that this reading is something that's more long-term, like one whole year. Is more of a very it's not going to be like 1-2 weeks or 2 months kind of reading. It has to be one whole stretch of year. So from here I can see that the only thing you need to pay attention this year is your form of communication. And you have to decide whether or not, when is it okay to speak up, and when you do speak up, make sure you know what you're saying. And I'm pretty sure you know what you want to say. It's just a matter of whether or not you want to speak up. Alright. Universe, one message for... Universe, what message do you have for pile number 2? Bliss is worth creating from, for, from. Okay, so what has this got to do with communication? Sometimes, some people will regret saying things, but some people will also regret from not saying anything. Right? So I guess this will have to depend on which is your bliss. For some of you, yes, because you do not want to be part of the argument, or you do not want to prolong the argument, if that is your bliss, go for it. Okay? For some of you, maybe you have this stronger sense of justice here. Okay? And you feel you need to speak out. If you feel more at bliss after you speak out, then go ahead. Okay, so let this be your guide. Let this be your determining factor. Okay? Okay. I myself am a Libran. I have a very strong sense of justice. But after a while, sometimes I feel that I don't have to voice anything out. Simply because never mind, just forget what I said. if it were me, I mean, depending on the situation, right? If it were me, sometimes I'll just let things be. So you have to decide for yourself, what is your bliss? Okay? Alright, so one card from this wild offering. Independence. Okay. The more you learn to feed yourself on the inside and care for the inner child, the more freestanding you become. Help me feed and love this inner child, dear Lord. Okay. So, hang on. Alright. So what I'm feeling here, let me see. I know what this feeling is. I'm trying to translate it into sentence. A lot of you may have problems believing that, if you are mature enough or if you are strong enough to take on this discussion. For some of you, very likely, for a lot of you actually, you choose to be quiet, and it's okay. Like I said, no judgments from me, okay? Because everyone has their own pace. But the independence here would mean that you have to decide for yourself whether or not you want to speak up or whether or not you don't want to. Because remember, whether you speak up or not, end of the day, you're still able to let go. let go of whatever this discussion is about. Okay, so you have to, like I said, just now I used that word. When you speak something, when you say something, it has to be firm, it has to be with conviction, right? You know, you may be the only person who probably will stand up to someone or will say something out. And for most of the time, I'm not sure, I know for Western audiences, they speak up your mind, which is normal. For Asian countries, especially for Asians, most people here are yes people, yes kind, they just everything go with the flow. And you may be the only person who do not agree, or who will stand up to the bully, or who will stand up for yourself. And sometimes it's very daunting, I get it. So these cards, bliss is worth creating from independence. It is something that you have to decide for yourself, and independence here is that reminder for you. It is telling you that you are your own person, you have grown up, you're an adult, or maybe it's not an adult, you are mature, you can do this. You want to speak up? Go ahead. You don't want to speak up? Go ahead. Okay, so like I said, remember to follow your own bliss. And independence will mean that sometimes independence just means that I don't have to follow your advice, same as how you don't have to follow my advice here. Okay, I'm coughing, maybe you do have to follow my advice. All right, but believe in your own decision making, believe in what it is that you want to say. Okay, and that is independence, even if it means that you are alone in this thing. Okay? Alright, so one last card before you go. Alright, so universe, one last card for pile number 2. I know I'm a bit here and there in this reading, and very likely it is like what I said, something to do with your communication here. Okay, one last card for pile number 2. Poised. How you carry yourself, how you present yourself. Okay, it's kind of like, actually you have this very strong character, but you don't show it, and it's okay if you don't want to show it. It's just that when you do, don't try not to get carried away. Probably why justice is here, because justice does require you to be level-headed, okay, and to always try to see things from a neutral point of view. Okay. No, and poise also reminds you to, you don't have to fight until you pull your hair apart and you have to jump up and down for people to get your point. Okay, you just try your best. If you just try your best. If it doesn't work, at least you try. Okay. Alright, so pile number 2, that is all I have for you. I really hope this reading makes sense to you. I really hope you get something out from this reading. Thank you so much for your time. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you next video. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. Okay, so let's put this selenite one here. Okay, tarot cards first. 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Swords, 5 of Cups, Knight of Swords, King of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, King of Swords, 8 of Swords, Empress, and 8 of Pentacles. So you have Chariot and you have 6 of Pentacles. Okay, give me a second here. I like you have King of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles here. This one a bit difficult, but otherwise it can be overcome. Don't worry about it. So there's too many cards that show me that this is between you and someone else here, and you and this someone else here have I would say some disagreements or some sort of arguments. Okay, so let me show you which are the cards that keep telling me. Number one is Knight of the Pentacles, Knight of Swords. This is very, very evident, isn't it? So there's two people here. Very likely you both aren't talking. Okay, so this is one, this is another one, and then this is another one. Okay, actually it's these four cards here. So you and the other person are okay where you are, but one person is more angry than the other person. Okay, so the calm one is Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, Empress, and the angry ones are King of Swords, Knight of Swords, King of Pentacles, which I believe is just one person. I believe this reading is about you and another person only. Okay, so, and it makes sense because this other person here, and this is you here. Okay, very likely I would say that this reading, it is between you and your spouse. Okay, you're not bad yourself when it comes to abundance. You both are very stable when it comes to Pentacles. So I wouldn't say this is about money. It's nothing to do with money, I would say. Okay, but a lot of communication problem due to all the swords here. Okay, and there are things that have been said that, you know, it should not be said, you know, but it's been said. So of course regret is in the cards. I wouldn't say, I mean, I know there's some communication breakdown, but it's also due to some words being said. So you're doing okay, they're doing okay, but you both aren't talking. Okay, so you're reading, like I said in the beginning of the video, as I was hoping that the message is more about something that is throughout the whole year. So I mean, I've set the intentions into the readings, into the messages to be that way. Meaning to say that throughout whole 2022, you have to be very careful with you and your person. Okay, you can share this video with your person, especially if this is your spouse, because you both, it really requires you both to really work. You know, not if I were to tell you, and your person, your spouse doesn't know, they don't realize, they're not aware of, there's no point. And not that there's no point. I mean it's harder for things to get better, right? And I know you are very, I want to say sweet. No, you don't have cups here. You have Queen of Wands and the Empress here, but somehow I feel that you're very sweet. Okay, and don't mind the gender. Okay, it can be, it doesn't matter. The gender doesn't really matter here, because everything's about energy. Okay, the other person is more, I would say, like they don't really pay attention, or I would say they're more focused elsewhere. Okay, so worries as insecurities, some words not being said. So you see this cards here, Nine of Swords, Five of Cups, Knight of Swords, and Eight of Swords. These three cards here have this similarity of an energy where, like, there's sadness, there's regret, and there's anxiety, and there's like, everything is like so dim and so dull and so gloomy, right? But Knight of Swords is that, Knight of Swords does tell me that someone wants to say something, okay? But it can be an ongoing energy where stupid things have been said, or things that should not be said have been said, and they are keep being said. So I will say this: if anyone is verbally abusing you, I really want to knock them with this 791. Okay. Okay. Let me see. I'm just thinking what I should do for you here. Okay. So I'm going to pull more cards for you because I want to see, like, why is this being highlighted to you? Or rather, what's the advice? What's the guidance? What should you do? What should they do? So universe, what my other messages you can give to pile number 3? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands, 2 of Cups, 9 of Cups, 6 of Swords. I will tell you straight, you need to share this with your person, especially for those of you who have a significant other that you both are constantly, I mean, from here the reading somehow says something like you both aren't really talking to each other. So I'm not sure if this is a no communication thing, which won't further help you, but I'm willing to bet that this is more about spouse, for those of you who are married, but there's little to no communication, or more like it's more of there's no loving energy. Okay, you see, these 5 cards, at least you have 2 of Cups, 9 of Cups, and 4 of Wands. 2 of Pentacles would mean that both of you will have to learn to manage. Okay, manage each other's life, or manage this marriage together, manage this the working life, the home life, and the relationship. Okay, and you both have gone through quite a lot. I'm willing to bet a lot of you are happily married for maybe, or committed to each other for quite some time. It's just that you both have forgotten how good you both are together. Okay, if you are attached, if you are committed, married to this person, I would definitely recommend you to share this video with them. Okay, otherwise it will not work. Just you having to do everything alone, it will not work. Okay, so let me pull some more oracle cards for you and your person. Okay, so universe, what messages do you have for pile number 3? Let me pull one for you first. Okay, changes. So of course there needs to be some change. Okay, I'm gonna pull one more card. Okay, unstick the unstuck. So you both are, you're definitely at a place where you and this other person are not moving forward together. Okay, you are definitely not moving forward, you know, but very likely you and this person have some sort of connection that is so strong, you know, and it very likely only belongs to those of you who are committed, who are attached and married, right? It's very difficult for you to move forward. Okay, so one card from the Wild Offering for pile number 3. Enjoyment. I want to pull one more. Oh, you have 2 more. Feelings and positivity. So it's like I said, you both somehow forgot the good times, you know, and it's time to make time for each other. And I cannot stress this enough. I know I've said this like 2 times, but I just want to say it. It will not work only if you are the only one to watch this. Okay, so why is this being highlighted in 2022? Is because this reading is not just about you. It is between you and someone else. Very likely your spouse, very likely someone that's very important for you. Okay, and I'm willing to, very likely it's a romantic situation. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm just getting so excited, and I have this feeling inside that just wants to burst and say, you and your person has to watch this thing together, because otherwise it's not gonna work. All right. Oops, hang on. Takes 2 to tango, right? All right. So numbers, 1 card for Give us one card for pile number 3. And give us what message, what advice you have for pile number 3. Between worlds. Okay, wait, hang on. I don't remember this card. I'll be very honest, I don't remember this card. And I often use this oracle deck. Hang on. Number 3. So let's see number 3. Between worlds. Let me read you the essential meanings. Transitions, not being quite out of one situation and fully engaged in another. Temporary blindness, no man's land. The oracle's message states, between the worlds is where you must let go of the tendency to make assumptions. This is a time where you are unable to see what is ahead. Cultivate curiosity and trust the process of change and growth. You are done learning the lessons of recent experiences. In this place between what was and will be is a state of making and unmaking and making again. What is essential now is to admit not knowing. There is great freedom and power to be unleashed. A mystery that is not yours to understand weaves the web of life within a divine matrix of consciousness greater than your own thoughts, feelings, beliefs, desires, and decisions. The seeds that were planted in the past begin to take root, but what surfaces will probably not be what you expect. When you see between the worlds, you are invited to see with the curious mind of a child glimpsing a rainbow for the first time. Do so and you will not be disappointed. Okay, so in this oracle deck, they actually what's the word? Categorize it. Okay, so you have the essential meanings, you have the oracle's message, and there's one for the relationship message. So obviously this is related to relationships. So let me read you the relationship message. This is a time to explore the new energy between you and another. It is not a moment for certainty, but rather for discovery and curiosity. You don't yet know if this will last forever, so allow yourself to explore who you are and what is reflected back to you. This relationship is meant to educate you about yourself. What do you need? What do you like or dislike? What values are important to you? You are in a critical phase of your relationship that is not to be dismissed or hurried. Okay, so like I said, it's like actually it did give you more insights into what you can expect from your relationship, right? In other words, why, there's a reason why your relationship with this person or this dynamic is being highlighted to you. Like the book says, it can be a critical phase. Okay, especially for those of you who are probably wondering, is this person for me? Because somehow this person is not giving me the love that I need for now, or that my body needs, my soul needs. Okay, so in other words, from me to me, this reading is just telling me that for 2022, your relationship with this person is very likely going to affect your other aspects of your 2022. Okay, from how I see it, to be honest, I don't really see a lot of love. To me, it's more like the relationship is just there. You both are doing well, you both are stable, so I don't see any problems with money. If anything, I see a lot of words being said, and someone is neglecting someone, or maybe someone is just prioritizing other things, which is not a problem. It's okay to prioritize, but why do we prioritize? It's so that, okay, I put my career and money first, but at the same time, your love and marriage may be a bit lower down in the priority list, but that doesn't mean that you have to totally forget it, right? Okay, because then that's not a priority list, right? Okay, anyway, so I'm just trying to think of what I should say before I say it, because like I said, I know this will not work if only you watch this video. So I'm just thinking of what I should say to your person. And that is to let things be for now. To be honest, I know there's still love between you and your person. There's no doubt about it. It's just that you both forgotten how to really love each other. How to, you know, it's kind of like that feeling of, you know, just living together just because you are together. Okay, you both forgot how to nourish, not nourish, you both forgot how to nurture the relationship. You know, it's just, oh, because he's with me forever, he's never gonna leave me. Yeah, don't take each other for granted. Okay, you'll never know what's gonna happen, right? I know there's something more I want to tell you, but I don't know what it is. Hang on. Let me see if my tarot cards can help. Your reading is a bit longer. Not longer, I would say deeper. Okay. So you guys have a lot of things to say to each other, right? It's just that you both just keep things to yourself, and then you both just say hurtful things to each other. But deep down inside, there's so many things you both could have discussed and, you know, talk like adults. Yes, maybe for some of you, you're so afraid that the things you say will totally break everything. But, you know, Seven of Swords, Seven of Cups, Eight of Wands. Perhaps it's time to be really honest with one another. I don't see any breakup. I don't see any divorce. I don't see like... I don't see like this thing is gonna go to shits or anything. But I just know that you both cannot keep going on with this energy. You both cannot keep doing this. Okay? Alright. I really hope everything that needs to be said has been said. Okay. So pile number 3. This is all I have for you. I really hope this really makes sense to you. I really hope you get something out from this reading. And please, like I said, this will not work if you are the only one who has to do something about it. Okay, so I really hope you will share this with your person and you both can talk about it. And who knows, maybe for all you know, maybe I may be that topic for you both to talk about. Okay, it doesn't matter. You can talk smack about me. I don't care. If it helps you and your person, I don't care. All right. So thank you so much for your time. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you next video. Bye.